what comes to your mind when you think of simple living. Some people think of it, wow, here I'm flinging a knife around. That is not good. We're heading up to cut some cabbage, which is why I am carrying a knife with me this morning. But I don't know what comes to your mind with simple living. I know some people use that more in the context of minimalism, and then some people see it more in the context of going back to our roots, food from scratch and things like that. And so that's definitely where I'm coming from more, although I do love living as minimally as we can, especially as a busy mom of 5. Now, what's funny is that this whole simple living off the land idea seems to be really popular right now. My mom baked homemade bread, we made food from scratch, we gardened. All the things are just also things that I grew up with and that I'm now doing with my own family and kids. So we're starting off this morning by grabbing some cabbage from the garden. It is ready, and a certain little Peter Rabbit has found my garden and has started nibbling on my cabbages. And so we're gonna go and cut another head of it, turn that into sauerkraut, and start off our day. That's such a bummer. I just realized that my audio receiver, the battery was dead, and so my last clip did not record, but I had brought my big cabbage in here and I was asking Josh how much he thought that it would weigh. Or I asked him if he thought it would weigh more than our first cabbage, which I had weighed and was 9 pounds and 5 ounces. And he guessed this one would be 9.8. I guessed 10 pounds and I weighed it, and here it was 12 pounds, 8 ounces. So we've got a big cabbage on our hands. I went ahead and removed just a couple more of the outer leaves to make sure I didn't have any of the brown leaves, and then I washed it. So now I'm just gonna cut it up. I feel like sauerkraut is a pretty simple, well-known thing to make, but basically what I do is I'm just gonna cut it into really fine little slices, and then we'll toss it with salt. I like to do 2 teaspoons salt per pound of cabbage, and then we'll let it rest for a little while. You can also make sauerkraut with store-bought cabbage, but I have found that if you use fresh cabbage, basically the process is just a lot easier and probably tastes a little better because fresh cabbage releases a lot more juice and you don't have to substitute with water as easily. So we'll get this on its way. I already have that 1 jar fermenting, so I'm excited to get the next one going as well. Isn't that just wild how from this teeny little cabbage seed you get all of this detail and just a giant head like that? It's just such a miracle. Well, the girls have been begging this morning for me to make them a little tent here on their little wash line. So that's what we're gonna do while we wait on our sauerkraut to be ready to pound. Just gonna take the clothespins off. So you can put your pillow in there. This is what I used to do when I was little, except we did it in the living room. Oh yeah. Oh, simple things like that make the best childhood memories, in my opinion. They're having a ball out there. But it is time to smash down the cabbage, and you can see it's already wilted down significantly, so I'll probably be able to add my other bowl into this soon. Basically what I want to do is just hammer it until enough of the liquids come out. And it's hard to know exactly how many, but I've found that once you can see a good like puddle, like I'm already starting to splash, that's a good sign that it shouldn't take too long for this to release juices. Okay, I think we are all set to go here. Is it a little sour? He is just loving this cabbage. So I'm just gonna fill these jars about 3/4, maybe a little more full, but I've learned, I guess the hard way you could say, that it does kind of bubble and swell up after fermenting for a while. So if you fill it all the way to the top, it overflows. And so I do not want that to happen. But as I go, I'm just gonna press down the cabbage, and then, yeah, we'll probably have to divide this into 2 jars, but we'll get started with this one. Just had a sweet friend stop in, but I finished my sauerkraut here. So basically what I want to do is a big mess to clean up here, but I want the liquid to be above the cabbage. So in both of these, you can see that is pretty much what we have. We're gonna put the lids on, and then I just like to put it in my pantry cupboard. I do not have proper sourdough weights. I've seen people do some different makeshift things with that. So far what I've done, and what works if you stay on it, is just every day I make sure that everything is pushed under the liquid. So I don't know that that's necessarily the recommended way to do it, but so far, as long as I don't forget about my cabbage, that works really well. I had 1 jar a while ago, I think it was when we were getting ready for this wedding, that I just completely forgot about, and it did mold and I had to throw it out. But other than that, we've had a great record, and so that is how I do it. So we're gonna cover these, put them away, and then move on. I'm so excited to be back for monthly try-ons. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about New Flora's July collection. It is beautiful. I know a number of you were asking last month, where is our try-on? I just did not get around to it with all of the wedding things that we had going on, but I'm excited to be back. My discount code GOLDENHOUR10 is good as always for everything on the website. And if you're new here, New Flora is a small family-owned shop that offers beautiful, high quality, and very heavy on the natural fibers clothing pieces. And so I'm always so excited to share these pieces with you. And I'm starting off strong with the capri dress. This dress is such a dream. First up, let's take a moment for the fabric. It is absolutely stunning. I love the florals in there. You have some blue, some green, some kind of like a creamish, pinkish color. And this kind of fabric is my very favorite for everyday dresses because it hides stains well. So this is the type of dress that I love just wearing as I go about my work. It doesn't feel restrictive at all. It has pockets. The length, it hits me just above the ankle. I'm 5'7" for reference. It does actually have buttons hidden behind this flap, so it would also be nursing friendly, would also be bump friendly because it has smocking in the back, making it a little more forgiving that way. I also want to show you, so this is the Louisa top in white. I think it comes out in 2 colors this month, but these kinds of dresses, when they have more straps or even short sleeves, it is so nice to actually keep them in your wardrobe all winter long. They do not have to be summer specific. Let me just move my mic so that we don't get too muffled. But this one would be so cute with a pair of denim shorts or even over a dress. You could style it so many ways. You could have it open like this. You could have it closed and even tucked like under a belt, you know that trick. So many cute options. You could actually totally also tie this one and that would be cute. Button the top couple. I love the crochet in it. I would say it is a little bit oversized. I'm wearing a small and it definitely still has quite a bit of room, so that's something to keep in mind. I should probably not be showing you this dress this early in the try-on because this has been one that I have probably been the very most excited about in this month's collection. It did not disappoint. It is such a dream. This is the Havana dress. Now, first of all, a moment moment for this fabric. I love this dusty blue. We have the creamish florals. I've been really enjoying adding some more pops of color to my wardrobe, and I love that this is still subtle. It does have just this beautiful trim detail both on the sleeve and then also actually on the bottom of the skirt, which is really fun and just adds that subtle little detail. It does have pockets, and then of course with the smock top it would be nursing friendly. It definitely would be bump friendly. I am wearing a small and it hits me similar to the other one. I would say this one is maybe just a touch longer. This one is a cotton and linen blend. I think it's like 70% cotton, 30% linen, and it is lined, so you do not need to worry about wearing a slip underneath this one. Next up we have the Lottie dress. Now this one seems like it would be the perfect little like market dress, doesn't it? You could add a cute little straw hat or out for a picnic with all of the gingham. It does have a lower waist, so I would not say that this one is bump friendly, but it is nursing friendly. All the buttons actually are functional. It is 100% cotton. It has nice deep pockets, and this one is a little bit higher up. I would say this one hits me more like 3 inches above the ankle. This is the Stockholm dress. Now I was so curious how I would feel about this piece because it's definitely a little bit different than a lot of items that I have in my wardrobe with the longer waist. So y'all tell me what you think. The fabric of this one is beautiful, and before I show it to you, I just did also want to make note of the length again. This one again hits me about 1 inch or 2 above the ankle. I love kind of like cape-like necklines like this. It just looks very elegant. That continues on through the back. The whole entire bust up to the waist is smocked. I have to show you, I was so excited about this. It has this beautiful embroidery going all throughout the dress. So you have that up top here. It's just a little bit harder to see because you have so much else going on with the smocking. This ribbon, by the way, is not functional, so it's just there for the looks. Then that beautiful embroidery continues everywhere through the front and the back, all around the dress. These line dresses are coming in clutch today because I can literally lift up my skirt and not flash anyone driving by my window too much. But then I think that this little detail on the bottom of the dress is so beautiful. It has this little scallop that just ties it all together and adds another elegant little touch. So this is the Stockholm dress, and I am wearing a small. Okay, last dress that I have to show you here, and then we have a couple of bottoms and tops yet after, but this is the Maryland dress. Now, an interesting little feature on this one is it has a little bit of smocking right here on the waist and the front, as well as the back. The sides don't have smocking, but then it has this belt to adjust your waist. So that's a fun little feature. This one would definitely be bump friendly as well as nursing friendly. It has a beautiful fabric with all this subtle detail. I love it's like a navy in there. We have some taupe. This one is not quite as long on me, hitting more like probably 4 or 5 inches above the knee, but another just very, very comfortable piece. Both the lining and the dress on this one are also 100% cotton. I have the Arwen blouse with the Verona shortles. Now these shortles I actually have in a olive green color. They have been such a staple in my wardrobe over the summer already, so I'm excited to add these. They're just a comfortable, perfect gardening pair of shorts, I would say. They have big pockets, and then the back just has this big scoop. You can adjust the tightness, and they're just a really simple, no fuss pair of overalls. So I really love that. These are also 100% cotton. And then I paired it with the Arwen blouse. It has so much detail. You can kind of see on the neck here. I love all this embroidery. It is so pretty. And then it has such a fun, a bit of a puff sleeve with elastic here. I hate tight elastic, and this is a very comfortable. It is not tight at all. It just kind of helps hold the shape there. This is the Maybelle top, and I'm sorry I did not get it ironed. I sized up to a medium because I have really wide shoulders. So when it's a more like tailored top like this, I do need to size up, but it does have the most beautiful detail and embroidery. This is so pretty. And then it does have a zipper enclosure in the back. Now, these jeans are the SC jeans. They're definitely more of a mom jean, but size down. These are literally falling off of me, so I need to exchange them for a different size, but I love the length on them. They hit me right at the ankle, as they should. They're definitely quite roomy up here and just a really comfortable piece. These are also 100% cotton, and that is all the pieces that I have to show you from this month's collection, so let's get back to work. You guys having fun? You girls having fun in there?
Yes.
Making lunch?
Yeah. Apple muffins and apple food.
Oh, yum. Wow, those look like yummy muffins.
This is kale food.
Oh, yum. Very zucchini season right now. Chocolate zucchini cakes is one of Josh's favorite things with fresh zucchini. And so we are making a recipe that I made actually earlier this year, but we didn't have homegrown zucchini then, so this is gonna be extra special. So far we have our fresh milled flour, our cocoa powder, and then we're gonna add in our xylitol and all the spices. So we're actually gonna bake it in this little Bundt cake pan. This has been a fun one. I just got it off of Amazon a couple months ago. It's a cast iron pan and it's been really fun to use. But we are ready to put our batter into the pan here. It is such a beautiful, rich batter. So we'll pop that in the oven, and then I think for the frosting, I'm just gonna do the paleo fudge that I've made for a long time. If you set this in the fridge, it will thicken and actually settle, but you can also just use it before, like while it's still thin, more like a drizzle or a glaze. So I'll see which of those we end up using, but it's just basically equal parts peanut butter, coconut oil, cocoa powder, and then usually I would do it with maple syrup, but today we're gonna use xylitol in its place. So we're gonna mess around with that a little bit and do just like a glaze or a frosting with that. All right, let's pop it in the oven. it's back to the garden for another zucchini. They are just coming in so beautifully right now. And so I'm having a lot of fun using them. I'm thinking zucchini boats would be delicious for dinner. So that is the plan. I thought I saw another one. Okay, we'll grab one from here. There we got one. Perfect. Okay, got my zucchinis, and then I want to grab a couple of herbs. What would we like with that? Oh my, I need to pick green beans. Okay. All right, let's go cook this up. Okay, I think we'll just do these very similar to how I would do a spaghetti squash. We will cut them in half, and then I'll just scoop out the seeds, drizzle them with a little bit of avocado oil, maybe season them, and then bake them first. Bug in my hair. Before adding the toppings. I feel like a lot of today on camera has just been in the kitchen and in the garden, and I apologize that there's not more variety, but that is honestly just my life in the summer. That's where I spend a lot of my time, is between those two things. And so I really enjoy it in my real life. Wow, these are very different colors. I wonder why. And if you have any fun summer recipes, definitely let me know. I've actually been really busy trying to plan school. We may or may not have already started some school, and hopefully I can catch you up on some of that here before too long. But I'm excited for our plans for the coming school year. But for now, let us get these ready. I was hoping maybe I could squeeze in a little walk yet. I love going for walks this time of year. And I'll just season these with a little salt and pepper. We'll bake these at 480 degrees and then fry the meat a while. Those homegrown onions are so strong. Whew. All right, zucchini is looking good and soft, so I'm gonna put a little pizza sauce in here and then top it with ground beef, some cheese, and some herbs. All right, we'll pop that in for the cheese to melt.
Okay.
Well, I guess we're starting and finishing the video today in the garden here. I wanted to pick some more herbs and chamomile and that sort of thing to load the freeze dryer quick before bed. But one of our very favorite traditions summer nights is to all pile on the gator and go on a gator ride. So I want to end with some clips of that here. Yesterday we came across, I think, 8 deer. Sorry, my camera shut off there. Yesterday I think we came across 8 deer, a fox, and a handful of rabbits, and so that was super fun. And we've been finding especially deer almost every time we go out, and just tons and tons of fireflies. It is so magical this time of the year. So I thought it would be fun to take you along, and we'll end with that, but I will say goodbye for now, and then let's hop on the gator ride. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed little snippets of our day, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, friends.
Give it all to you. I give it all to you, God. I give it all to you. I give it all to you. I give it all to you. I give it all to you, God. I give it all to you. I give it all to you.
Golden, golden thing.